Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. Welcome back. Hopefully you guys had a Merry Christmas. I am in my new studio, though it's not done. But happy Tuesday, not Monday. And today let's talk about Bitcoin heading to $250,000 in 2024. Not even in 2025. So let's do this. I forgot my market bell, so I don't have it with me. So you'll just have to pretend like I'm squeezing the market bell right now. All right, so let's get started. Bitcoin is at 200. No, it's not at 250,000. It's at 42,700 right now. So it's a little bit lower than yesterday. You know, I on Sunday, I had a Sunday walk video once again, right? And I told you guys, I think there's something very strange going on right now. Ahead of Bitcoin ETF approvals, how could there not be some more excitement, some more movement, right? And I think what I said still holds true. I gave 3 theories out on why things are not moving right now. And I think it's going to play out. I think we're going to see that there's going to be some movement soon. And right now we're seeing lack of movement because the institutions and the whales and the market makers are making it seem stale on purpose ahead of the very big approvals that are coming. I mean, you just know it's coming. You can just feel it, right? It's just, you know, a big move is around the corner. So like days like today where it seems like, why is the market down? Why are we not moving? You know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. Well, look at this, okay? Michael Saylor, he knows what I'm talking about. This is on front page of CNBC, right there. There's no doubt Wall Street is paying attention. Wall Street is paying attention to Bitcoin in a big way, especially with MicroStrategy, because Michael Saylor took on this Bitcoin strategy that no one else did. And that's why they had the biggest gain in terms of their stock value, the biggest gain in 2023 versus all other companies worth over $5 billion. That's comparing MicroStrategy to like Apple and Microsoft and Google and Facebook or Meta, right? The Bitcoin strategy is working and Wall Street loves it, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. MicroStrategy holds like 180,000 Bitcoins now. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? But you know what? That's just the beginning. 2023 is about to end. 2024 is right around the corner, and that's when we will see even greater movement. Okay, 2023 was a recovery year. It's a recovery year. But 2024 is the growth year. Okay, not even a parabolic year. It's like just a growth year where we break through previous high. But that's right around the corner. That's right around the corner. So this lack of movement that we're seeing right now, the lack of movement is, I think there's something really strange about it, right? As if it was done on purpose. Why Bitcoin's not moving right now? Because these guys want you to think that it's not going to move or it's stagnant or, I don't know, still causing some fear. But man, 2024 is going to be so good. Right now, in this final week, we are in what's called Santa Claus Rally or Santa Rally, even though it's kind of strange because Christmas is over. But on average, the last 5 days of December and first 2 days of January, S&P 500 goes up 1.3%. So does that mean that we're going to see the same thing for Bitcoin? Yeah, most likely. Even though Bitcoin is decoupled away from the U.S. market, But I mean, if the markets are roaring, Bitcoin will go up with it. So we have that. We have this final week to look forward to for 2023. We also have spot ETF approvals coming up in less than 15 days. So that's less than 2 weeks. We got the Santa rally, and then we got spot ETF approvals. Again, ETF approvals will be absolutely monstrous. Once it happens and we start seeing Bitcoin go up like 10,000 points in a day, you know, all these stagnant days, it'll just make you realize, yeah, this was all a ploy by the big boys to make you think, oh, this is not a big deal. You know, this may not be approved or whatever else that they may want you to think. You're going to regret thinking that, because we're going to see some of the biggest pumps we've ever seen. And 2024 is going to be one of the biggest years we'll ever see. So get ready for that. Now, here's something else that correlates with the January 10th approval date that's already been shared. The SEC is telling all the ETF issuers, okay, to make their amendments within the next 3 days. 3 days. Why? Because the SEC wants to approve all of them simultaneously. Okay, they don't want to give advantage to any one company. So their plan is to approve all 12 simultaneously. That's why they want all of them to make their final amendments within the next 3 days. 3 days. So again, why would they be asking them to do that? If they're not going to be approving and they're going to push back to March, they would do this in February then, right? So again, this is just another sign, another sign that ETF approvals will be here shortly in less than 2 weeks, right? And that's when things will get crazy. Right now, there are things called ETPs. Exchange traded products around the world, not in the US. They're very similar to ETFs. I don't actually really know the differences between ETPs and ETFs, but there are a lot of ETPs out there, but they're not from Wall Street. So even though they exist, there's only about 50.3 billion under management, which isn't that little if you think about it, but 50.3 billion, that's tame. Or that's going to be small versus how much money will be flowing in once ETFs get approved in the US, right? We could see 50 billion in the first week, if not, let alone maybe even the first few days, right? So that just shows you how much money is out there waiting to come in to the space. And that's like immediate. That's not even after a year. After a year, after 2 years, right? We could be talking about trillions. And after the US, after the trillions flow in just from the US ETFs, what about the trillions outflow in when Hong Kong starts approving their Bitcoin spot ETFs? Hong Kong and China, they're trying to make a big push into crypto now, right? Trying to make Hong Kong the hub of Asia when it comes to crypto, so they could be next, and then everywhere else too. I mean, again, 2024 is going to be absolutely fantastic, and that is why many feel like, screw 2025, Bitcoin will hit 250,000 in 2024. At least that's what Tim Draper thinks. Tim Draper thinks that in 2024, not 2025, 2025 is projected to be the parabolic year, but according to Tim Draper, and he has been right on so many things, the big VC guy that got in early with all the big tech that you're aware of today, and he got very early with Bitcoin, thinks that because of the way things are moving, the global adoption, the spot ETFs, and everything else that's happening, he expects 250,000 by the end of 2024. Can it happen? I guess we'll just have to see. It really depends on how much money flows in. 2024 is projected to be a really good year. I've called it the quadfecta year, It's not just the spot ETFs. It's not just the halving event, even though that's very significant already. We got rate cuts in the US. The Fed is projected to cut rates in June or July, mid-2024. And then in November, you got a presidential election. If you look at every single presidential election year, markets skyrocket. So you put all those things together, that's why I call it the quadfecta. So can Bitcoin realistically hit 250,000 by the end of 2024? I hope so. It's a little bit far-fetched, just a little bit. But we will see. If it hits, I would not be surprised, and I'll be very ecstatic. All right, so this is kind of like what it's looking like right now, okay? If you guys like TA, this is what it's looking like. We're breaking out, and we keep breaking out, and next stop is 100K, which could be realistic right around the halving event or a little bit, but past it. So that's like April, May-ish of next year, 100K. And then, we just keep on going upwards. According to stock to flow, we could see 789,000. Okay, that I don't know if it's realistic. But yeah, if we could hit 250,000 by the end of 2024, could we hit 789,000 by the end of 2025? I guess that's possible, but man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. At 789,000, Bitcoin would have a bigger market cap than even gold. So that would be kind of crazy. That would be kind of crazy. So I don't think that's going to happen in 2025, but maybe it'll happen in 2030. The next cycle. This cycle, though, too much. But next cycle, very possible. Very, very possible. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, as for everything else outside of Bitcoin, this is interesting. I had to do a double take on this because I interpreted this as a negative thing, like, oh, something's happened with Bitcoin. But no, this is measuring Bitcoin's dominance. For the first time since December of 2022, dominance for Bitcoin has fallen below this trend line. So what does that mean? And you can see it's falling down quite a bit from that trend line. This is significant in a good way. I mean, unless you're a Bitcoin maxi, you would say this is a bad thing, but I would argue this is a good thing. So since 2022 till now, okay, we haven't seen alts gain strength at all. Okay, it's been Bitcoin, 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 and that's normal. When we come up from the bottom, Bitcoin always leads the way. It always leads the way, okay? That hasn't changed. But now you're starting to see a resurgence of alts. You're starting to see the likes of Solana and Avalanche and Injective and Celestia and Beam and all these L1s, Thorchain, right, gain a lot of strength. You're also seeing a resurgence of memes, of course, right? With Bonk and Whiff and Cock and everything else. That's the reason why Bitcoin dominance started going downwards, right? So this is actually a good thing for non-Bitcoin maxis, I guess, okay? For everyone else, you're starting to see your alts come up. You could see your portfolio start gaining on Bitcoin. And that's why we hold Bitcoin, because every single cycle, you see alts outperform Bitcoin. That always happens. Bitcoin leads the way, then the momentum shifts to alts. Now, does this mean that we're going full-blown altcoin season? No, it does not. Obviously, there's a lot of alts that haven't moved. There's a lot of alts that are still down 70, 80, 90%. In fact, most of them are down 70, 80, 90%. Just a few exceptions have started coming up, right? Like Solana is only 50% down from its high now, right? And several others are down like maybe 60% down. So they're still a ways off. I mean, even Bitcoin is almost like 40% off from its high still, right? So it makes sense. But now we're starting to see money flow into the alts. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, right? It makes it more exciting, right? That's why I've been more so degenning these days, because it is exciting. There's more money flowing in, and people are having more fun, right? That's just how it is. All right. Speaking of one of the hottest L1s out there, Solana just continues to rocket off. Even though today they cooled off a little bit, but not really considering that they're still up like 50% for the week. And you know what? Their volume is exploding. I made this argument, it may not happen, or it may happen in 2024. I made this argument Solana can pass Ethereum in terms of overall market cap by the end of 2024. Because if you look at the fundamentals, what have I been always concentrating on when it comes to Bitcoin and its price movement is that price trails the fundamentals, right? The fundamentals are all-time high for Bitcoin. You measure anything that's measurable with Bitcoin it's all-time high. Like basically volume and hash rate and addresses and holders and everything else, right? Number being held, number not moved, the all-time high for Bitcoin. So price, obviously not all-time high, so it's trailing the fundamentals. But if you look at Solana's fundamentals right now has surpassed Ethereum in every single measurable way. In index volume, in overall volume, in NFT volume, in terms of number of active users, number of new active addresses, like every single metric for Solana has surpassed Ethereum. Yet it's still 6 times smaller, right? So it's actually kind of crazy if you think about it. It's really crazy. Now you can make the argument maybe this is temporarily because of the memes, right? Because memes are so hot. Maybe that's the reason why. But that doesn't account for everything. If you look at the total active transactions per day, Solana's at 20x higher than Ethereum. Ethereum is capped at 1.2 million transactions per day, not because there's not enough things going on, because it's limited. Ethereum can't go above 1.2, 1.3 million transactions per day because that's just how slow the network is. So it's actually handicapped by the slowness, right? That's why we have L2s. That's why we have Arbitrum, and we have Optimism, and we have ZK Sync and Polygon and everyone else, right? Mantle's a new one. I mean, you got all these L2s because Ethereum physically is capped. It cannot go any faster, right? Where Solana can. It's at 20 million plus per day versus 1.2 million. I mean, it's crazy if you think about it, right? Anyways, so fundamentals of Solana continues to get stronger. You got a lot of people, this whale that just bought $226 million worth, 2 million SOL on Binance, and transferred it to their unknown wallet. In case you're wondering, that's not me. I don't have 2 million SOL. I wish I did. But yeah, you got a lot of guys, a lot of institutions also paying attention to Solana at this point because of how hot they are and all the activity that's going on. And here's the kicker. We haven't heard, and knock on wood, we haven't heard of any network outages, right? If we start hearing in 2024 a ton of network outages, my thesis on it flipping Ethereum may change, right? Because that means that they're still not ready yet. But in 2024, we still see the entire year be good. And just transactions and volume and dApps continue to go up, up, up without any issues. Well, then I think we're past that, right? And right now, you would figure if there are issues, the network should be down because the volume is sky high. In terms of charting, right? If you look at Solana, it's a little bit heated. It's overbought in many categories. But you know what? With the halving event coming up, the halving event, just so you guys know, Bitcoin halving and spot ETFs, even though they're Bitcoin related, it affects everything. Everything. So if Bitcoin shoots up $10,000 in a day because spot ETF approvals, it's not just going to be Bitcoin. Everything is going to go up in a major way. It's going to propel the entire sector, not just Bitcoin. Same thing to halving. Once Bitcoin starts moving, it's the same thing. Everything will be carried along with it. Bitcoin will always lead the way. There's no doubt about it. It sets the tone. It sets the stage for the entire market. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But that doesn't mean anything else doesn't benefit. In fact, they will benefit tremendously, tremendously. Just like people that bought Solana at $9 or $8. And that was only a year ago. That was low of December of 2022. So anyone that picked up, congratulations, right? That was a really good pickup. You know, a lot of people did not give up on Solana and they continue to move forward, and that is absolutely fantastic. And I don't have my coin market cap up, so this is reset. Let me redo that, right? And right now they are 113. That's not too bad, up from $9. Now, yesterday I posted a very, very, very silly video because it was Christmas. And we'll see if my prediction comes true. Right now, it doesn't look like it will. But I made this video. Will Solana hit 130 based on my shots? And according to my shots, it will. So we'll see if it happens. If it hits 130, it's going to be crazy. But I don't know if it will. It's just something silly, guys. Okay, don't take it too serious. All right, that's pretty much it. Oh, and lastly, you know, Grayscale, because of all their issues, you know, DCG had a lot of issues because of Grayscale, and also because of what's their lending product, that Gemini Earn, whatever that thing is. But it seems like because of all that, the settlements and everything, Barry Shilbert and Mark Murphy, who no one knows about, they both resigned. Probably forced, right? It doesn't make sense. It just makes sense. So how does this affect Grayscale and the conversion and everything? It doesn't. Grayscale will get their GBDC converted to a spot ETF. I don't think that's going to change at all. But yeah, Barry Silbert, you know, unfortunately, he kind of became like, I hate to say it, like kind of like Do Kwon on Twitter. He became really cocky, right? And when you're like a CEO of a large company that holds billions and billions of dollars, you should not be that cocky. And unfortunately, I saw that, especially toward the end of 2021. Like, he was attacking people and saying a whole lot of stuff as if he was king of the world. And then, you know, things started coming downwards for him. So unfortunately, that was pretty predictable almost. Anyways, that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Today, again, Bitcoin is a little bit weaker, 42.6. Don't be frightened by this. Don't be scared out by this. This is all part of, I believe, whale games to get people bored or get people scared ahead of the SPY ETF approval, which will be coming in 15 days. And 2024 is going to be an absolutely monstrous, fantastic year. So this is definitely the time not to be out of the game. This is definitely the time to be in the game. All right. That's it. Let's do some... I always got to reset this. All right, let's do some Q&A. 5 gifted memberships by Citizen Crypto. Awesome. I don't have any wallet. I don't. Oh, I gotta flip over here. Let's see what I missed here. Yeah, this I didn't have a lot of time to spend on this studio since I was moving and it's Christmas, everything's off. But this room is actually bigger. I was actually thinking about doing some cool stuff in here. I don't know how fancy I'm gonna go, but we'll see. Alvario, I love the show. Could you show ADA OLS? They're making a buyback. The price is going down. Whale manipulation. I'll tell you why ADA OLS is going down. It's very easy. Down 37, down 40%. You know why it's going down? Because it got listed on exchanges. Okay? I think people need to realize that not all exchange listings are good. They're down because people decide to cash out, because it's hard to cash out large amounts on DEXs because there's not a lot of liquidity. The price impact is enormous, right? So a lot of times when you get exchange listing, it's actually the start of the end, which I believe could be the start of the end of this meme. Because I saw them listed on MEXC yesterday, and I was wondering, like, prior to that, I was wondering why they started coming down, and I like put two and two together because people are cashing out. That's why. And plus, a lot of these exchanges, what they do is they ask for a lot of marketing tokens, and then they dump it on retail. So that's probably why they're down. I can't pronounce this next name. Abshik. Opinion on Graph of Cadena. I like Graph. I don't like Cadena. Pablo, every single day you come on and you say the community or the team is going to reach out, and every day they don't reach out. So I'm starting to think that you're either lying to me or I don't know, something weird is going on. But no one has reached out to me, and it's not hard to reach out to me. Crypto Moose, top 3 wallets. Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Phantom. Jan Gan, Kimball dump while Gone pumped. Yeah, Gone, I have not checked Gone at all. So that's like the one on, that's the one on Polygon, right? Yeah, this one's done pretty well. That's still relatively cheap, 5 million. Kimball is doing well too. Well, big yesterday, and then it came back down, but still 6.2 million, still way lower than before. Wow, Sandeep, big super chat, $100. Thank you, my man. Thank you. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Iman, is AVAX going to do the same as Solana in the coming months and Cox future? I think so. I've already said this last week. I think once Solana cools down, which I mean, whenever you go this crazy, I mean, even down 4% today, they're still up 55% for the week. At some point, they're going to cool off a little bit. And, you know, you're going to see others start pumping up, right? So I think Avalanche is a is definitely one that can do that next. And there'll be others. But I'm a big fan. Of Avalanche. I think they're going to do very well. Price prediction on Jewel, I can't give it. I can't give it. I hope they could go back to their previous high, but I don't know if it's going to take a miracle for that, because they're like still down 99 point something percent down, but they're making big moves. I like the new direction. I like how they're a game. So am I looking the right? So yeah, I'm hoping that they do really well. Eduardo, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas. Snack is actually doing very well. Snack is coming back up. 134 million. You can see they're closing in at their high. So Snack is doing very well. Cox movement and his future. Well, the good thing about Cox is it hasn't really dumped. It's gotten to like a low point, you could see. This was a low point, and now it's kind of holding. So 180 million is not bad. If it can hold and grow again, it could do really well in this run. So do I think Trust Wallet is better than Exodus? 100%. Don't like Coinbase Wallet. I just never use it. I mean, someone I don't know if it's you, who asked for top 3. Just because I don't list Coinbase Wallet in the top 3 does not mean I don't like it. Just in my opinion, there's no need to use Coinbase Wallet when you have a Trust Wallet that's better in every single way. There's another name I can't pronounce, but thank you. Arculus Wallet, it's fine. It's a little cumbersome. You got to carry around that NFC card everywhere. And then they don't support a lot of coins. Can you use DeFi to buy real world assets like cars? No, and it has nothing to do with DeFi. I think you're getting DeFi confused. DeFi right now, traditionally, is for like swapping. So, of tokens, but swapping of real world assets like cars doesn't exist yet. It probably exists. I take that back. There's probably some project to do it, but in a small way, not in a major way. Will, new member. Awesome. Welcome. What's up with ThorChain? Why is it dumping so hard? Nothing. No reason. Did you get any Momo airdrop on Sol? I got some yesterday. My Sol Flare wallet is up 250%. Would you keep or just sell for free money? I don't know. I don't know anything about the project. What's Momo? Which one is it? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I have no idea which Momo it is. I mean, if it looks promising, why not keep it and see where it goes? If it sounds like it's not promising and it's a meme or something, then sell it for free money. Bro, the uploads from your clips doesn't show on my feed. If the notification weren't on, I wouldn't even be aware. I have no idea why, Bima. But at least the notifications work. And their views on them are climbing, so that's good. Why is BNB pumping? Well, they've been one of the most stagnant. Let me get rid of our. They've been one of the most stagnant L1s for a long time. Any particular reason why they're going up today? Not that I know of, but I've always said this, BNB, just like XRP and just like Cardano, they'll go through phases where they just pump. And they'll go through phases where they don't move at all. At all. And it's the most frustrating thing on the planet if you're a holder. And then all of a sudden they do. Here. I mean, this is beyond frustrating. If you're a BNB holder, even with today's pump, year to date, they're only up 21%. 21%. Versus Bitcoin's 158%. Versus Ethereum's 87%. Versus Solana's 1,000%. Versus even XRP's 83%. Right? So it's been very, 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 very frustrating for BNB holders. Raphael, I appreciate that. I know I got to do a little bit more soundproofing, waiting for stuff to come in. But this room is a little bit bigger. I'll be able to do something else in here. And I even have outlets in the back. I was thinking about putting some fancy TVs, then I could zoom out with my camera, but I don't know if I need TVs in the back. I like my setup. It took me a while to develop this setup that I have, that I tweeted out. I don't know if I need to actually improve it. Akash versus Render. Is AKT Akash? I think. Yeah. If I had to choose, I'd pick Render. What do you think about Sheeb? To be honest, I don't know. Would I rather, let me answer this. Would I rather hold Sheeb or one of the newer memes? My answer would be a newer meme. Because Sheeb is already so big, obviously has no momentum at this point. All the other memes have all the momentum. So would I hold on Sheeb versus the others? I would hold the others. I mean, that's just me. So I know Sheeb is trying, but literally no retail investors care about Sheeb right now. There might be a lot of bag holders, but no one new is buying in. They're all buying in all the new Solana memes. JL says Shezmu is going to bring the volume back to ETH. No, they're not, because ETH already maxed out its volume. It can't go any higher. They're at 1.1, okay? There's other graphs. You know, basically this is maxed out. They're at max out points. And you see those spikes, like that spike, those like huge spikes. Those are during like the NFT crazes when Ethereum gas fees goes up to like $5,000. So that's like not something that you want to see. But basically, Ethereum is like maxed out. It can't go higher than this. So bring volume back to ETH is not a good thing, because then every single transaction becomes like $20, $30, $50. Swaps become $100. And, you know, NFT drops cost thousands of dollars, right? So Ethereum has been like maxed out. That's reality. That's why, you know, Vitalik is so concentrated on scaling Ethereum, because it really needs to get better. Pat says, one thing's for sure, you can't have paper hands when holding a big cock bag. Well, that's true. That's true. What do you think about dog with pants and dog with hat? Both I don't like. NMCT, we're so blessed in crypto that 21% is so small to us, but it still beats S&P 500. That's why once you get into crypto, you don't ever want to go back. Okay. Crypto is the most exciting thing on the planet. There's really nothing else that beats it. By the way, my leverage trades on BingX here. I do need to get another exchange. But anyways, you know, even with today's dip, it's okay. I put a little more SOL. So it actually dropped my percentage. My percentage was in the hundreds, so I added a little more SOL. But you know, BTC is doing well, Avalanche doing well, Inject is still holding in green, right? I'm going to add more to the SOL because that SOL train is not going to stop. I'm going to show you guys. I tweeted this out already, so it's not a surprise. But MEXC right now, right? I think they're scared of how much people are making from SOL. So they actually limited the position, how much position you can hold when it comes to leverage yesterday, right? I got warned, like I need to decrease it because I've been running this thing for a long time. And I tweeted this out last night. So appears that MEXC is getting scared how much people are making off of SOL. I got a warning saying I exceeded max quantity just now. Guess it's time to take some profits. I guess it's good because it made me take a lot of profits. But I've been running this for like, I don't know, a few weeks, maybe a month. I think a few weeks. And then I made a staggering on my 15X, 410% at over $100,000. And I had to close most of that. So it was good because now Solana went down. So I could rinse and repeat, right? But yeah, so MEXC, I think, is getting scared that too many people are making too much money from SOL. Just to throw that out there. Mike, yeah, now my video yesterday was just a silly video, right? Hopefully no one took it too seriously, but whatever. If it works out, if SOL hits 130 today, well, I'm going to do more then, right? That means my shot does affect SOL. Bro, new L1 mainnet net Z is out. Can you look? When there's not much to see. It's 13 million on 2 small exchanges. You know, this is not the right way to do it. If you're going to launch a new chain, launch, you know, on a DEX first, then go exchanges. This will basically kill the momentum. If you launch directly on Bitmart and LBank, it's going to be very hard to move up from there. So just throwing that out there. Have you seen Friend on Cardano? No, I have not. Is it a meme? Frenchy Network? No, that's on BNB. There's Solana Friend too. I don't know. I guess it's a new meme. Clay says, I joined your Patreon. It pays for itself. I'm glad. I've said, you know, like a few months ago, I said I'm going to give more alpha, right? Started giving you guys more alpha on these videos. I said I was going to do the same thing with my newsletter. I have a free one called Hodler's Herald, which is killing it, and Patreon's killing it. A lot more members are, you know, a lot more people are joining, a lot more members. I'd say the newsletters are pretty awesome. On point, talks about a lot of new developments, new coins, new things to look at. You know, so I'm glad to hear it. Dave is asking, with Bitcoin going sideways, do you think it's possible whales are pumping alts, then taking profits to pump that into Bitcoin when ETF launches? Very, very, very possible. We have seen that playbook before. Where alts get pumped and then they take profits in order to pump Bitcoin, right? We have seen that before. But I do think whatever's happening with Bitcoin right now is not natural. I mean, come on. With 15 days left before spot ETF, unless you're living under a rock and you don't know about that event, then obviously you don't know. But if you do know, why would you not be loading up ahead of time, right? Matthew Jones, appreciate that. Really do. Big super chat. Jan asks, where do you see Bitcoin going? 40K? No. Actually, it already hit this resistance 42.1. I don't think it's gonna go anymore. If it does, I mean, it's not the biggest deal. Like right here, we hit 40,500 a couple times. If we somehow drop there, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. I think we hold here and then just bounce off of here, right back up. I mean, just to put things in perspective, we were back to 43.5, you know, just yesterday, right? So, you know, things can move really quickly. What do you think about the claim that we're already priced in for ETF approval? I could see how some people say that, but can people predict how much money is actually go flowing afterwards? That's the thing. I don't think people can. Maybe people price in, oh, you know, maybe a few billion come in here and there, but what if 50 billion comes in or 100 billion comes in within the first week? There's no way that the market can price that in already. No way. So, you know, I'll give that there is some credibility that, yeah, Bitcoin went up so much already because of it and so forth, right? But you can't predict how much money is going to flow in afterwards. Thoughts on Hive Mapper? People asked about it. It's not my thing, and no one really makes a lot of money from it. You put some camera in your car and you map the city or whatever, and you get paid in honey. It's not a new concept. XYO used to do that, and then they stopped, I think. I mean, you're not going to make any serious money by doing so. Reaper says, I bought Moon River at the start of November for $9. Happy to see it skyrocket. Made 70K on Xmas Eve. November this year? Wow. Did Moon River really skyrocket? Let's see. It did. Wait, no. November is... Yeah. Moon River went from $6 to $31. 5x. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Moon River is an EVM chain, parachain on Polkadot. Wow. Totally missed that. Totally missed it. Congratulations. That's a good one. No, this is for Moon River's for Kusama. What about Moon Beam? Yeah, Moonbeam did the same thing. Not as much. About 87%. But Moon River shot up to the moon. That was a good call. That was a good call. Shesmu. Shesmu is also, in my opinion, a pretty bad name. Dot. Moon River. Moonbeam. Moon River is for Kusama, though. Did Kusama even move? If I could spell Kusama. Yeah. Kusama in the last month also mooned. Pretty much doubled. Yeah. So let's see. Dot. Last month. Dot last month. 70%. That's not bad. That's not bad. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So to conclude, basically, Bitcoin looks like it's going to have a terrific 2024. We got this final week of this year. Let's see where Bitcoin ends. Let's see where Solana ends today. And you know what? I think 2024 is going to be fantastic, guys. So stay strong, stay focused, continue to HODL and DCA. You'll be led to the promised land by Bitcoin and crypto. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tonight, I guess. Not used to the new schedule. We're not used to the old schedule because of the holidays. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, Retro Bill, thank you. I'll see you guys.